mission points on capture on the control. So you generate mission points. So you want to capture apparently these strategic points as you go. And so let's start out with the OH. This is like something from MASH, but and the game seems somewhat spacebar to lift, and then your Y or your W button to move forward. The scroll seems to be somewhat work. Not terribly sure. This thing only. How that works. And we apparently have to land without crashing. Oh, we landed. Anyway, well, I don't have troops, so I guess it really doesn't matter. So let's take back off here and see if we can go back to base and grab that troop carrier. I'm assuming that must have troops in it to do this. I'm not sure what the mortars available is. I have no idea. Like I said, we're just giving this a little bit of a whirl. It's like the space bars. I'm assuming. That must be a resupply for ammo. I can come in here and resupply for ammo. And slow down. So it's kind of, I guess it acts very similar to a helicopter. You have to move back, and I think G actually allows me to switch helicopters. So I'm assuming the H-21 looks like it has some troops on it. Yeah, it carries 18 troops, 24 rockets, and a machine gun. So let's try to take that point again. So we got W forward, but actually if you lean the aircraft forward, it seems to... Let me turn that volume down. There we go. That helps a little bit. So essentially, we were trying to capture these points, and the controls are a little tricky, but doesn't seem to be anything that's you can't pick up fairly easy. I guess you assume that you want to try to get into a hover above. And there we go. So we must drop off. Okay, so they move into position at the anti-aircraft guns and whatnot, and obviously you can see none of my circles turned orange. It leaves me with 14 troops yet. So I'll take off for my next location. This one carries a gun as well. And if you turn the cursor on your mouse, it gives you rockets. Sweet. Let's keep, if we can move this forward again here. Let me try if I can get that volume down again. There we go. Alright, so yeah, it has pretty good audio. Helicopters seem to be a little... I think this is just going to require time. actually sit down and play the game and work on the control part of it. But like I said, it's a very interesting game. It's kind of reminds me a little bit of War Thunder with your strategic points that you have to maintain and capture. Um, but obviously, like I said, this is pull back a little bit, slow down, push the reverse key, and drop some more troops off, land on top of the anti-aircraft gun, no problem. So it seems to take a fair amount of troops. And that was 10 troops for this strategic location. And I'm assuming that I have to either continue on or once again go pick up troops again to win the to completely man these points. Uh, I'm guessing that if I have to return to base to pick up more troops. Um, it's kind of neat that they have ability to switch aircraft depending on what you're doing. If you're actually having to assault an enemy point, you can switch to, obviously to your gunships and then either return to base to grab more. I see you kind of flare out right there to slow down and push your back button to continue to slow down and then slowly start to lower yourself into position. And yeah, okay, I guess I didn't quite land that right. Let's see if we can try to take off here and see if I can get over on top of that. And oh, yep, that's exactly what it does. Reloads my rockets and reloads my troops. And then once again I return to 18 troops. And then I take off again. Interesting. I'm actually kind of enjoying it. It seems to be something I've never played anything like this before. The controls seem to be still a little more difficult, but like I said, this is only like literally my only second of my game I've ever played in it. And like this, I think this is more of a tutorial. Well, not really more of a tutorial. Obviously, you can collect your own, build your own game, and pick your own map. And I don't think I think there's an option for bots, but I guess apparently I didn't pick that option. So we have to. I guess I'll just give you uh, the general overview of this game. And it's how it kind of works, I guess. Let's see here. Let's see if I can bring this sucker down nice and slow. Maybe even land it right. And there we go. Another drop point successful. Drop my troops off. And apparently each one of these must have a different amount of soldiers they take. I suppose depending on where they're at. Now the other version I had actually played, there was an assault version. We had actually, let's see if I can actually do this. I'm not sure. So there's my guns. Missiles. Let's see if we can do this. It's like a little harder landing. So I'm not sure what the B is for, if this actually is a base type deal. But let's see if we can pull this shit off. Ooh. Okay, so it is a waypoint. You get to drop most of your troops off. Interesting. And they leave on boats. I wonder if that's. I'd read something earlier about some of the. If you do this, you can actually drop teams of like RPG or heat firing, heat seeking missile crews off, and you can ambush other players. I wonder if that's something similar. Dropping them off like that lets them. They become part of your team. Okay, let's see if let's kind of head back here and see what we can find. Oh, victory. I have no idea what I did. Sweet. So, I like it. It's something different.